Okay. Building your hands. Let's talk about the left hand. The shape of my left hand is like this. These three fingers, fingers 2, 3, and 4, are curled, and they're hitting the fret right behind the fret without obviously going on the fret itself. The first finger is not so much like this, like the other three, but it's a bit on its side. So you would see the shape of a crescent moon like that, okay, with a little bit of an arch. The thumb is right behind the neck. And watch as I play 1, 2, 3, 4 across 6 strings. Look what happens. The way that my hand is shaped here on the first string is essentially the same way that it's shaped on the 6th string. How does that happen? Well, if you pick up your fingers like this and you swing them on your thumb, take a look at how my wrist and how my elbow is going back. You're in the same position here than you would be over here, let's say on the 3rd string, here on the 5th string, or here on the 6th string. So again, every finger, like 2, 3, 4, is right behind the fret. All of my fingers here are in the letter C shape, but the first finger is just a bit on its side, right like this. Okay? Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise. Notice how my first finger also is staying down the whole time. So 1 goes down and stays down for 2, 3, and 4. If you can't do that in the beginning, you can do this and pick it up. But eventually, you want to have it stay put. Then what you could do is take other combinations of the first 4 frets and your first 4 fingers. So another one, for example, could be 1, 3, 2, 4. Essentially, we're working on the same stuff. First finger on the side, fingers behind the frets, but we're just changing up the order of the fingers and the frets. Okay? Another one could be, let's say, 3, 4, 1, 2. And another one could be 4, 1, 2, 3. And the last one could be just a reversal of 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you notice, all these exercises start the same. They start on the 6th string, which is the bottom of the guitar. They go all the way to the 1st string, and then they go back. Okay? Alright. So again, to review. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4 could be another one. 2, 3, 1, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. These are all different combinations that you can use. And in the first 4 frets of the guitar, it just would go that your first finger would take care of the 1st fret, your 2nd finger would take care of the 2nd, your 3rd would take care of the 3rd, and your 4th would take care of the 4th. Let's talk about picking. This is a Dunlop 206 jazz pick, but even if you're using another pick, you always kind of want to do the same thing. You want to let half the pick out. You don't want to choke up on the pick unless you're trying to get a particular sound, especially a sound that you could find in sort of, 80s heavy metal rock guitar playing. But unless you're going for that on electric guitar, you want to let half the pick out. You want to hold the pick. You want to hold the pick with your thumb and your first finger. The rest of your 3 fingers can just curl in or can hang out, but you don't want to stress them out. You don't want to do this, and you don't necessarily want to do that either. Now, I learned how to pick with anchoring my pinky. It was a long time ago. I'm not even sure if it's really the best way anymore, but I've grown very accustomed to it. I see people also picking like this without anchoring the pinky, and that's absolutely fine too. But the point is this, that you want to hold, unless you want to get a particular sound out of your guitar, generally you want to hold the pick so it is parallel to the ground. And you want to start getting to the point where everything is down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay? Now, take a look. When I'm picking through, let's say, a scale, and I'm going from the 6th string to the 1st, look at my elbow. My elbow is the lever that gets me down and back up. But when I'm just playing on a single note, it's really a little bit of my elbow that's moving, a little bit of my wrist, and obviously my first 2 fingers, which is fine. Picking over here at the edge of the sound hole is where you should pick most of the time. If you want to get more of a banjo sound or a nasal sound, you could pick over here. If you want to get a warmer sound, you could pick over here. Alright? So generally most of the time we're playing right over here, over sort of, I would say, the edge of the sound hole. Okay? So take a look. Back to those exercises, but now we're dealing with the picking hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you see there is constant down, up, down, up, down, up, coming from the wrist, but eventually when I'm moving from the bottom of the guitar, this is the bottom, to the top, my elbow is what's getting me down there, not my wrist. In other words, you don't end up like this when you're playing on the 1st string. Your hand is always like this. Here's the bottom, here's the top. Okay, I hope that helps.